If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question, can you be shy and confident at the same time? Answer by Sam Chung. Being shy is not the same as being a quiet person or being introverted. I would say that it is possible, but in most cases this is not true. In part, this comes down to the definitions of the words. If shyness means nervousness, even some of the most confident speakers get nerves. If shyness is fear of the limelight, then you could say that they are opposites. I believe that in most cases shyness is the latter, but there is a third case of something more. This is more about not enjoying the limelight, and whilst not the same as being introvert, is a trait of introversion. I am comfortable now getting up to speak in front of a large crowd. I am also confident that I could deliver a good speech and impress the audience. I am confident with my own abilities, but I prefer not to. I wouldn't say that I was shy, although others might. I know so much more introverted people who are confident in themselves, great public speakers who I would call shy. Answer by Hunter Stickney. Yes, you can. You can be shy around new people and new experiences, but when you are in your comfort zone and you know what you're doing and who you're around, then you can appear very confident. It's all a matter of time, place, people, and situation. Answer by Terry Loader. I was shy when I was trapped by an enigma of feeling which was notwithstanding my contribution, and it wasn't coming from what I was before I was born. It was as if I was outside of myself and rattled. Also, I was confident that the situation was temporary. I knew it was periodic from past experience, but even so I was shy because my gypsy self was not evident, and I was confident that the ant in me was all I wanted to be. Ants are builders, gypsies are movers. Building causes confidence and moving demands confidence. Shyness can do without the hassle. Wanting makes both shy and confident. Possibly a specific type of wanting is nature, more likely it's not, and personality is at some point at least, what we want. Oh. Unless of course you are dominated by others. Most people are to a different degree. Why is it that you are not? Not one person that I know of will admit that they are not them. I think personality is mostly aspirational awareness. It always seems to be there when you most need it, causing the assumption that I am shy one day and confident the next, or both together. As I pointed out, ants and gypsies have little in common. It would be an unnatural self if they occurred concurrently, making it as obvious that personal aspirations are in close collusion with other forces. This fact in itself is reason to question, how can I best be what I represent, protecting what I am, responding to pressure. To be shy is to be safer than an adventurer, who needs confidence as determined degree, affecting the feeling of awareness when doing something specifically independent. It becomes the nature of the work more than the nature of the person that is calling for instructions and signals from the personal past and attaching itself to the idea of being successful, thereby giving the type of work or challenge the driver's seat. And also many are inclined to somewhat add a metaphysical dimension, and alarmingly even an extraterrestrial one, which I find suspect, though many do not. Innate to me as a cause of shy or confident, but highly overridden when there is no physical medical connection. He did it his way, the emperor, and by gum everybody knew it. That's a photo of the Japanese army burying Chinese prisoners of war alive, and they seem puzzled by the spectacle, creating confidence no doubt within an imperial adventure by an unassailable emperor. There are two servicemen however turning their backs, probably because situational awareness has manifested either shy or a cowardly emotional response. Lots of people say that they are one and the same. I am not shy when faced with a threat, implying that shyness is cowardice. Resignation can be clearly seen on one of the victim's face. After all, how bad can choking to death be? It happens in the best of situations, best until it happens. Death is the equalizer. It's obvious that he is not trapped by an enigma of feeling. Mystery has no place in the last few minutes of his life. Belief probably does. And yet what a small role belief plays in the nature of our personalities. Disbelief is by far the biggest contributor. We really only know what we don't want. Wanting is conditional much more so than accepting with resignation. Mystery is present on the faces of the criminals. One man's reward is another man's misfortune. Mystery is the avenue of adventure, the reward for commitment, and personality sponges it up in order to boast about having experienced it. The gypsy traveler, not really fair on the gypsies. Probably I should convert to Clancy the Drover. Confidence is born from shyness, but only when a singular entity is taking part in the production. Then confidence will displace the shyness. Why is it that one is stronger and one weaker? Some say it's the weakness associated with a cowardly past regarding duty that then takes over as self-opinion influencing personal feelings. Shyness is anathema for collective energies. When was the last time we had a shy PM? It's not good if it can't be copied. That's the golden rule being tested by those men turning away from the execution, who could be accused bringing down the morale of the unit. In fact, they could suffer severe consequences for not respecting the procedure. If it wasn't worthy of respect, why was it happening? That being broad-minded and accepting others for what they want to be is an advertised development of the wealthy world, who are obliged to follow broad-minded tolerance, which is a moral justification for their privilege. Personality is hinged on this freedom of expression, usually until it becomes a threat. Shy is then accorded more respect, but still it is languishing as the opposite of courage and confidence. In view of these facts, I think personality as a natural event is really only determined by a social conglomerate. We are expected to copy the socially acceptable role models and have a matching personality, which means not shy, making shy an acceptable way of opting out. This option of independence is an attribute of confident shyness, or more accurately a deceitfulness, which is not the same thing as being rattled, and people can see that and unmask a traitor. For sure, no one would deny there is a great innate aspect to it. A treacherous attitude is often presented as an innate external input which would redeem the awkward person if he could convince others of his pensive innate validity, and the acceptance of his excuse is like the collar on the dog, preventing good and bad being mixed up. Shy then is deliberate holding back, so the deceitful one is both shy and confident, or better put, confidentially shy. I think it's normal for a person or a group of people reading from the same page sharing a common aspiration to accept difference within it. For example, even in the photo above, a common aspiration becomes a separate interpretation. Trust is able to afford difference, but nature is only relative. If there is a one-on-one competition, when that falters, everything changes, with the universal laws becoming disjointed. Maybe it's better to say, individuals are shy or confident as a result of what they are entertained by, and in that entertainment do they conceive a better person in themselves, owing to the fact that the moment passes, leaving only the future to contend with, and when there is no future, resignation is not gruesome according to the proof above.